maybe we'll get started from here. And Jamie, if there are other people that want to join, you'll take care of the logistics for that as we're going through the discussion. So welcome. We have a few people here today for the office hours. This is meant to be more of a discussion-based open session. Hi, I'm Charlene Marini. I am part of the Pelian IoT platform group. I look after the devices business in the group. And I'll let the other folks introduce themselves as well. So Shaker, then Toby and CJ, if that works.
Sure. Thank you, Charlene. My name is Shaker Somanath, and I'm part of Charlene's team focused on all the marketing activities within the organization. Nice to meet you all.
Hi, good evening. My name is Ted Grimshaw. Nice to meet you all. Thanks for joining this session this evening. I'm work on the device ecosystem in the Pelian teams, helping enable and work with partners to see how we can enable hardware so everybody can go faster in IoT.
Hi, everyone. I'm CJ Boguszewski. I work in Charlene's team and head up vertical market development activities.
Thanks. And we have Jamie here helping us with all things DevSummit. So just to kind of get started, as you can see, we brought together a diverse set of folks to answer questions that you might have. We have a few prepared slides really focused on product overview and some of the means of trying out the product. We have a chat section so people can feel free to post some questions. But before we get into any of the material, I just wanted to see if the attendees, again, this is a small group session, so feel free to turn on your mics. If there's any outcomes that you really want to get out of the next 20 minutes, please let us know, and we'll focus there. Any takers? Okay. So with that, we'll go through a few slides in the prepared material, and hopefully that will garner some thoughts and bubble up some questions that you might have. Shaker?
Thanks, Charlene. Are you folks able to see the slides on the screen?
I believe so. I think it's still not fully in presentation mode, Shaker. There we go. Yeah, thanks. So just to kick it off, the IoT platform business unit is becoming a wholly owned subsidiary within ARM. And so we've been a combination of device management and connectivity management capabilities, and increasingly with edge management. So we have a set of composable services that we offer to enable both the connection and the thorough lifecycle management of devices, and increasingly then also the application management across the edge parts of those deployments, and enabling new use cases with that capability. We partner very closely with our ARM colleagues around security, around working with our common partners in the silicon ecosystem, in the software ecosystem and services ecosystem. And we look at the use cases our customers are trying to drive, bringing that partnership together to meet the needs of the use cases. And we can talk about some of those use cases if that's of interest to this group. But in general, as you would expect from IoT, logistics and tracking use cases, consumer device use cases, increasingly industrial use cases, and again, that evolution of edge and application management being important in those in those industrial use cases, and in smart metering and utilities. So in terms of where we focus in bringing value, it is around the flexibility and agility. So we work across silicon and module and software paradigms on the device side, enabling our customers to have heterogeneous capabilities in their deployments, the types of devices they use. And we enable our customers to utilize any application data layer that they choose. So enabling that stability in the system of devices and providing capabilities that system of devices, the data it's generating and the capabilities that it's bringing to our customers can be utilized in any application as their business matures. And so as a wholly owned subsidiary of ARM, we continue to grow our business and very much focused on the joint success with our partners and enabling our joint customer base through those partnerships. You can go to the next slide, Shaker.
Sure.
And I see we have one question. Let me just look. Okay, that's just it. So to give you an overview of the product and the services within the product, as I mentioned, we view connectivity and device management as composable services. Many of our customers, given where they are on their digital transformation journey and their IoT journey, are very focused on connecting their devices through a managed network, and that's what our connectivity management service enables. So the ability to connect cellular devices worldwide and to be able to monitor and manage that connectivity across multiple networks and across multiple regions. Increasingly, customers are moving towards more sophistication in their device deployments, the need for security, the need for lifecycle management as they scale deployments into production systems. And this is where device management provides that resiliency and stability through lifecycle management and secure capabilities to grow those systems. And so in addition to the firmware capabilities that we're likely all very familiar with device management, we focus on secure asset and identity provisioning, so bringing that layer of security through the system, and on edge and application management. So the ability not only to work with new deployments in terms of deploying sensor devices with device management capabilities, but also to be able to plug into existing systems with a gateway and providing that extra layer of management, or to enable further evolution of systems through the ability to deploy applications on those edge gateways. And then rounding it all out, as I mentioned, is the ability to then integrate into third-party clouds, web applications, to utilize the data from these systems in multiple ways and for different use cases. So a lot of kind of detail in this slide. I'll stop there. Please, again, questions, let us know, and we'll be able to answer them. Now I'll shift over to a bit more detail on the developer-facing view, and so over to Shaker.
Thank you, Charlene. So we offer a number of APIs, service APIs for developers to work with our Pelian connected device platform. And as Charlene mentioned, it's a set of composable services that can be used independently, but can be also leveraged. So the APIs that we offer are very comprehensive suite of APIs, covers both device management as well as connectivity management. On the left-hand side, you will see that all of the APIs are put into 8 different buckets or categories. So using this detailed set of APIs, you will be able to access device information, manage and monitor data from the devices, customize the portal interfaces, provision the devices, as well as collect statistics from the devices, understand what the device health looks like. So it's a very comprehensive suite of APIs that will allow you to do everything you want to do with devices that are connected to the Pelian platform. Similarly, on the right-hand side, you also see that there's 8 different categories of APIs that we provide, which allows developers and enterprises to use it for SIM management, subscriber management, monitoring, billing, deriving analytics, etc. So there's a whole host of capabilities available to developers on how they can interface with the connected device platforms. The links to where you can get more information on APIs are below the 2 pictures that you see on the slide. There's a lot of detail in there, and we encourage the developers and the enterprise community to please go and then look up on that information. As an example, and follow on to the previous slide, this is just giving you an idea of one part of the platform, Pelian Device Management, and how using APIs for Pelian Device Management, you are able to get information from any family of devices, all the way from ultra-constrained devices to very rich devices, including gateways. So you are able to get operating characteristics, device health statistics, usage, etc. But more importantly, as you can see from the picture and from a developer standpoint, you can set up some message queues very easily for any kind of information you want to extract from the devices. You can set up webhook and web scout channels, which would basically be the routes through which you will be accessing the information that's coming out of the devices. The request and responses, which are also sent through different streams or notification channels that you can stream into any of the activities that you want to do on the right-hand side. So you can see that there is 3 different things that we have shown over here, where data can be extracted from device going through the platform into a Pelian portal, which can be customized to your choice. Or second, maybe a user application. Developers might want to build their own user applications that will get information on the devices, or also any third-party web applications that will benefit from the streaming of data devices through the platform all the way to the right-hand side. This is the last slide that we want to share with the group here. So how do you get started? Now, on the left-hand side is device management, where you can see that, we allow for developers to set up a free tier account for device management. You can have your own username and password. You can come into the portal. You also have certain hardware platforms that you will be able to get access to, and then start building your own Pelian device management access account and then taking it for a run. On the right-hand side, you also see that we currently have a program for a free SIM. It's a free IoT SIM card initiative for North America, where you are able to get 60 days of free data on one 50 megabyte link, and access to any kind of connectivity, whether it's 3G or NB-IoT or Cat-M1, etc. The links to get access to the device management free tier account or to the free ARM IoT SIM card capability that we are providing today are below the pictures. We again encourage the group here to please access that and then get started with those things. This is the information that we wanted to share with you, and at this point in time want to open up the forum to any questions you might have and to answer any things that you may have on your mind.
Yeah, this is Bill Curtis. Hi, Charlene. I'm with More Insights and Strategy. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey, Bill.
Great. Okay. We're hearing a lot about from our partners about system ready. It seems to be resonating well. Is there a system ready story for Pelian? I mean, are there sets of devices, gateways, services, whatever that just work right out of the box with very little customization to kind of shorten that learning curve at the beginning of the of a deployment or a planning of a deployment with perhaps within some verticals?
Yes, yes, and we have Toby here who can provide a good amount of detail. So our goal, as you say, Bill, is to have a set of devices that those that are kind of trying out and looking to how they try out their own use case and prove out their own use case can quickly utilize. And it is across silicon modules and gateways. Toby, I'll hand it over to you to provide.
Yeah. Hi, Bill. Hi, everyone. That's a really good question, actually. I think it's one of our goals of ecosystem development and trying to work with our partners to accelerate that. I'm very much focused on working on certain verticals with our partners and matching up our go-to-market against the silicon partners verticals that they're looking at. So we're working with, I mean, you can see other examples here of Renee says talking about the work they've done with us. There's a talk they've given earlier on today, a workshop they've given, a tech talk they've given. We're working with Cypress on the POC-64 secure platform, which is a workshop that's going on just, well, actually, when you leave this, go and join that one and go and have a look at what they're actually doing. So we're working really closely in partnership with our ecosystem partners to help accelerate that together, because we have to do that together. And we encompass that around a program called Pelian Ready. And that also is extending into the work we're doing around Pelian Ready for Pelian Edge, for gateways, working with key partners. And if you want to know more about that, Bill, or anybody else on the call, we can certainly connect you with the right folks in our teams to explain more about what we're actually doing there with you, for you.
Sounds great. Thanks.
And Bill, if I may add to everything that Toby and Charlene mentioned, so you heard about the story on the chipset side of things and on the gateway side of things and on the module side of things. Even the platform side of things, we are bringing in capabilities that allow for many of the customers to just use it as a service. So maybe product as a service is some built-in capabilities that are ready and quickly can be deployed to satisfy their use cases. So along the whole chain, you will see that we are building capabilities that allow for people to quickly and easily deploy at scale.
Any other questions or topics people want to bring up?
Well, of course, there's the elephant in the room. How is Pelian being impacted, accelerated, whatever, by the NVIDIA situation? We've heard some really good vision this morning from Simon and Jensen about very ambitious plans for the future, and they sound really good. Is Pelian involved in this in some way?
Well, I think what we can say right now is that Pelian is becoming a wholly owned subsidiary and very much focused on enabling that connected device quick ramp, as you say. And there's certainly resonance in, you know, how do we enable developers to quickly add value to the silicon platforms and reach the ultimate use case for that business. And so that theme, Bill, is across all of this. And kind of as we know, there are different parts of the ecosystem that will focus on different parts of it. So, we see ourselves as an enabler to provide the capability to evolve these systems. Going back to our favorite topic, edge, and intelligence at the edge, right? Device management is the means in which you're able to deploy intelligence at the edge and to evolve that, to be able to deploy ML models. And so we see very strong alignment with our customers and the market in ARM and enabling that vision.
Yeah, that makes sense. And is it safe to assume that you're talking about using or actually using cloud native technologies all the way down to the gateways, through the gateways, all the way to the edge?
Yes, yeah. Cloud native.
Okay.
Yep. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I got a bit late, so maybe you answered this before. I was wondering if I want to use Pelion to manage my fleet, how does the data go from the device to the business data go from the device to our application server? Does it need to go through Pelion, or do we need another connectivity platform? How would that work?
So Xavier, I think I can start with the answer to your question, and others on the call, please feel free to chime in. So we offer capabilities, a very comprehensive suite of APIs that are available both on the connectivity management side as well as on the device management side. There's different categories of APIs that we provide, which allows you to onboard the device, configure the device, access the device, manage and monitor the device, and customize the portal interfaces, look at the statistics and health of the devices, et cetera, et cetera. And then on the connectivity side, the same goes for SIM management, subscriber management, monitoring, billing, analytics, et cetera, et cetera. So you can see that the information is available at the links below on where to get information to the APIs. And as an example, you can set up a free tier account for Pelian device management. And then basically set up queues and notification channels and sockets and hooks that will allow you to stream all the data from the devices to any portal of your choice or for the Pelian portal itself.
All right, thanks. By the way, I'm looking in the website, and in the documentation, the links related to data ingestion, they don't work. So yeah, I don't know if you can fix that, but it would be nice. I will share the link in the chat.
Okay.
But those links in the data ingestion box, they don't work.
Okay, so the links that we have here in the slides, I don't know if it's the same ones that you're referring to as well, but we will certainly look at what you're sharing, and then conversely we'll also provide these links to you, so you'll find access to this information that you can use.
Yeah, I was trying to find. We usually develop bare metal devices, or maybe with FreeRTOS. So yeah, I was just trying to find the documentation about describing how to integrate those systems, or what do I need.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
So I know we we have multiple sessions going on. Just want to make sure that we are in the right room, and then we are presenting to the right set of folks as well. So, and we are not keeping other people in the room waiting. So just a quick logistic check for the ARM team to make sure that if there's any indication to move to another room.
We can move forward.
So just my connectivity went down. Shaker, I want to ensure you got, I believe it was Xavier's comment.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the sessions are 20 minutes each. Kind of one last call for questions, and then we'll transition to the next group. Any further questions from folks? Okay. Well, again, thank you for your time. Xavier, we'll follow up on your point. Thank you for the feedback. And I hope everyone enjoys the rest of your DevSummit sessions. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, everyone. We're just switching over to the next session. We're running these as about 20-minute sessions, although I think probably targeting more like 25, 30. So we'll wait just a minute to allow other people to join. Then we'll get started with this session. Okay. Thanks, everyone, for joining. We have a set of people from the ARM Pelian group for this office hours. The intent is to answer any questions that those of you attending might have. If you haven't come with a set of questions and you're just here to learn a bit more, we do have a few prepared slides that we can go over as an introduction to the product. But before we do that, and as you're kind of thinking through if you have any questions, I'd like to introduce the team. So hi, I'm Charlene. I'm responsible for what we call our device management service within Pelian, our IoT software product. Hand it over to Shaker, Toby, and CJ to introduce themselves.
Thanks, Charlene. This is Shaker Somanath here, part of Charlene's team, responsible for marketing activities on the IoT services group side.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name's Toby Grimshaw. I'm based in Cambridge. It's good to meet everybody. I'm responsible for sort of device ecosystem development to help everybody to go faster in IoT and run the Pelian Ready program.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm CJ Boguszewski, and I'm also in Charlene's org, and I head up vertical market development for the Pelian platform. Nice to meet you.
Okay, thanks everybody. Before we get into the product, just wanted to talk briefly about Pelian. We are a software services group within ARM. We have a platform product that covers connectivity, device management, and edge application management. So everything needed to securely connect and manage devices as they're deployed within an IoT context. We have seen earlier from the DevSummit some great vision with ARM and NVIDIA, and of course around IoT. And so our journey is in becoming a wholly owned group within ARM that is providing these capabilities to customers who are driving their IoT deployments and need a resilient, flexible, and secure solution to connect and manage those devices. So we partner very closely with our other colleagues in ARM around security foundations, around enabling simple and cost-effective solutions on top of silicon and device capabilities. And we work very closely with our partners. We understand that much of IoT is around collaboration and partnership. It's very important that we provide customers with the ability to work across many different types of devices, and also to work with different application frameworks, different data lakes to enable the realization of multiple use cases for the devices that they're deploying. So we focus very strongly on enabling our customers throughout their design process, from that initial discovery, understanding what needs to be done from a device perspective, from a service perspective, through initial pilots and then to production. We move to the next slide. Thanks, Shaker. An overview then of the product. We have two main product lines: connectivity management and device management. These are composable services. We find that customers, depending on where they are in their journey, have a need to connect devices, and then other customers who have more of a need to further the security, the stability, and the ongoing management of the devices they're going to deploy at scale. And so that's where device management comes in their use cases. So they can be used as single services, or they can be used together to have that full connected device operational view for the customer. As mentioned briefly on the previous slide, on the southbound, then our devices enable connectivity through multiple types of networks, particularly around cellular and connected device management. We enable the full service of connectivity management. In addition, though, we enable use cases with multiple network protocols, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and Wi-SUN in particular, so the ability for mesh networks. That diversity of IoT, we all know that it's a diversity of networks, and then it's also a diversity of the types of devices. So the ability to work with very small, tiny sensor devices through to small edge type devices, and then larger gateway types of systems. So a brief overview there of the product. And again, any questions, please feel free to include them in the chat here, or in just a few minutes, we'll open it up for questions and discussion. With this, I'll hand over to Shaker to now talk about some of the developer facilities specifically.
Thank you, Charlene. So the next few slides give you a little bit of highlight on the different capabilities we provide to developers and our enterprise customers on how to interface with our platforms. So these are service APIs, which are quite comprehensive that allow you to interface and work with the Pelian connected device platform. On the left-hand side, we summarize a series of 8 buckets, if you will, for device management. And similarly, on the right-hand side, you will see that there is a bucket of another 8 categories for connectivity management as well. As you can see, it's quite comprehensive, which allows you to configure a device to be onboarded onto the Pelian platform, being able to access information from the devices, being able to manage and monitor the data coming from the devices, customizing it for the portal interfaces that you're building, also assisting you with provisioning and deriving statistics from the variety of devices that are being connected to the platform, all the way from ultra constrained devices to rich gateways, etc. On the right-hand side, similarly, connectivity is a very elaborate set of APIs. Allows you to do SIM management, subscriber management, monitoring, billing, analytics, etc., etc. We have provided links below for where you can go to access more detailed information on the APIs. And we encourage the developers to please go and take a look at these APIs and see how you can get started with using our platforms if you haven't been exposed to that already. As a further example, I just wanted to highlight to the group here that for Pelian device management, on how you can use this, you can get info from any family of devices as we discussed. And you can understand for that family of devices or a specific family of devices, what the operating characteristics are, what the device health statistics are, what the usage statistics are, etc., etc. So it's very flexible in the sense you can extract data from different devices, set up different types of queues, establish webhook and WebSocket channels over which the information from the device portfolio is routed, and then different notification channels that you can also have to route these command and responses to either a Pelian portal interface that you want to customize for the way you want it to look and feel, or to maybe the web application, or to any user application that you are going to be developing on your own. So pretty extensive, and as you can see, if you have questions on how do I get started, so there are a couple of different ways you can do that. You can set up a Pelian free tier device management account by going to the portal link that's highlighted here. That allows you to maybe you can even get access to some of the hardware platforms that are available in order to get started quickly, and then follow the guidelines in order to connect that device to the Pelian platform and take it for a run or a trial. The right-hand side, you also see that for connectivity management side, we are offering a free SIM program for North America at this time that allows you to have access for a certain period of time to connect to any kind of network, whether it's 3G or NB-IoT or CAT-M, etc. So you can also benefit from the capabilities that we are providing, and then use the trial to move into more of a commercial deployment stage. So this is all the set of preset information that we had available here. And we would definitely like to encourage you to collect more information, or for us to be able to provide you with any additional information you may need to get started. Let me just stop here and see if the group has any questions that we can address. Any questions from the team?
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, Hi,
Terry.
the name is Terry. I put the questions in the chat menu. I think the others also put the question in the chat. Can you look into that?
Oh yes, thank you. For some reason, it wasn't notifying us that there were new ones. There are quite a few. So thank you for pulling that out. For low power wireless area networks, we from a connectivity management side, so actually managing the connectivity, we offer services in cellular, so NB-IoT and Cat-M1. And from a device management point of view, we can work with other network service managers, but the fully managed service is around the cellular LPWAN. Hopefully that answers the question on LPWAN. Then I'll go kind of the more technical product questions first. So a question here on as far as I understand, part of Pelian is open source for customization as per hardware used. And is that understanding correct? Is there any certification process available for Pelian supporting IoT devices? So that is correct. The code is available for both Edge and EndNode in terms of the client stack, so Pelian client and Pelian Edge. But we don't today have a certification process for IoT devices. What we do have is a program called Pelian Ready, and I'll let Toby speak a little bit more about that and kind of pointing back to your question around certification.
Yeah, thanks, Charlene. So yes, we have a program designed for silicon and hardware manufacturers around Pelian Ready, where we're trying to lower the barriers, making it simple as possible for organizations to have their hardware enabled and working and proved as working with the Pelian device management, Pelian services. Very happy to share more on that program with you if you want to come to me directly after this. But you can also come to any of the teams or any of the contacts you've got to share more on that program. But we have, for example, I mentioned earlier, if you're on the call earlier, we have Cypress, who are part of that program. They're doing a workshop here with their PSOC64 platform. We have Renesas, where they have the RA6 platforms in place. They're doing a technical talk. And we're covering very much working with partners around verticals that we're looking to align on. That's key part of the process here. So trying to make it as simple as possible, as effective as possible, for ultimately for developers to be able to experience Pelian services with the right kind of hardware in the right kind of way. It's a new program we launched about 3 months ago. It's got great momentum with it, and it's got driving it forward across multiple stakeholders.
Thanks, Toby. And I'll tackle the two questions from Garrett together. Pelian is becoming a wholly owned subsidiary of ARM. And so as part of ARM, we will continue some activities like our OMA representation consistent with what we've done in the past. So that won't change. And in terms of lightweight M2M, we are committed to the specification, and we see a strong demand in the market for lightweight M2M. We evolve our product in line with customer needs, and so we will continue to evolve and strengthen our implementation of the lightweight M2M. Thank you for your questions. Just to be considerate of those who are waiting for the next session, I apologize, this was a shorter session. We'll switch now to our final session. You're welcome to stay on if you have further questions. we just might repeat some of the initial content. And so if you bear with us through that, but want to be fair to the other attendees who are also waiting. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the sessions at DevSummit.
Thank you.
So Prashant, just to quickly answer your question, we currently don't have a program for certification of endpoint devices and edge servers. We have the Pelian Ready program, in which we work hand in hand with providers of endpoint devices and in servers. So that does mean that we are ensuring that they are tested into our system and that they meet minimum, more than minimum, they meet a certain level of requirements in terms of being able to engage with our system and work for a pilot and a POC. And then as our customers move through production, we continue testing to ensure that production grade capability. Okay, so I think, thank you to those who were waiting in the lobby. We've been running a little bit late on time. So for those of you who have just joined, want to make a quick introduction to the team here and then open it up, see if you have any specific areas that you would like to discuss or know more about. We do have some prepared material. But if you do have key points you would like to discuss, please let us know. So we'll go through a round of introductions and then open it up. So quickly, hi, thank you for joining. My name is Charlene. I look after our device management product, which is one of two of the services that we have in our Pelion IoT platform. So hand over to you, Shekhar.
Thanks, Charlene. Hi, everyone. My name is Shekhar Somanath. I'm responsible for the marketing activities as part of the Pelian team in Charlene's organization. Nice to meet you all.
Good evening. My name is Toby Grimshaw. Very nice to meet everyone. I'm responsible for device ecosystem development for the Pelian group, and I run the Pelian Ready program, hopefully to enable lots of devices so that we can all go faster in IoT.
Hi, everyone. My name is CJ Boguszewski, and I am in Charlene's team, heading up vertical market development for the Pelian platform. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Hello, this is Jing Long. I just joined, and sorry for joining late. Well, I'm very new to ARM. I work for the Dell Enterprise Server. So not sure if this is the right place to start looking at getting into ARM. Please let me know if I should stay or I should look somewhere else.
Thanks, Jingyong. I think for 10 minutes, it's probably a good introduction to one part of ARM, which is our IoT and edge software capabilities and products. And so certainly in kind of Dell, the capabilities around edge would be applicable. So hopefully we'll be able to just provide some insight there. And then I'm sure you'll find other sessions in DevSummit around processors and capabilities with hardware.
Okay,
any other,
sounds good.
Thanks, Jing. Any other areas to ensure we focus on in the few minutes that we have from other guests?
My name is Warren Dennis, and I would like to probably ask a question about the medical devices, IoT medical device or something of that sort. Are these medical grade, or is there something else I need to look at that is that they can be used in medical devices? That's always the question in our industry, is if it's can be dealt with in the medical side.
Great question. Thank you, Warren. I will address that as we go through. Okay. So with that, very quickly give an overview and focus based on some of the points just made here. So stepping back, for those of you who are new to ARM and to Pelian, Pelian is an IoT platform business that's becoming a wholly owned subsidiary of ARM. So we sit on top of the silicon and the devices that ARM partners create and enable built-in connectivity and device management for scale device deployments. So here you see some of the product categories we drive. So managed connectivity, particularly around cellular connections, device lifecycle management, the ability to update the firmware on devices, and edge application management. So building upon that firmware update on devices to enable application evolution at the edge. So things like distributing machine learning to at the edge. We partner very closely with the processor side of ARM to drive security requirements and to be able to then leverage those security requirements, other types of processing requirements and evolutions to provide the leading capabilities in terms of what we call chip to cloud security and chip to cloud operational efficiency. So back to the medical point, I think that was a comment by Warren, where we add value today in working with customers, and we do have customers that are in the medical device field, is in helping them with a foundation of security that they can then look at their requirements for their space and utilize in order to meet those requirements. We work with a large set of partners, both on the device side, as I've mentioned. It's important to enable that flexibility around deployments. It's very common that IoT deployments utilize a combination of device types. And then on the northbound side, enabling our customers to use multiple application types, to work with different cloud and data lakes, because again, the device deployments that we see moving into the field are used for multiple different types of end use cases, and that device data needs to be accessible in many ways. And so we're very much focused on working with our customers from that design phase and understanding their devices and what's needed in terms of device capabilities through to pilot and through to production. So that's a bit of a business overview. The next slide then gives you a view of the product. It is essentially two services that can be used as single services, depending on the use case and need, or combined. And so we have customers that use the combined services and customers that use one of the services or another. We work closely with Treasure Data, which is a sister group under ARM, and enabling the complete flow from the connection of the device through the ongoing management of those devices into data capabilities like Treasure Data. But we also work with other parties based on our customers' needs. And so the ability to work across any data integration provider. Okay. I'm not going to go too much in the product given the time we have, but please ask questions if you have some more product questions. I will more directly address Warren, your point and question. And because of the need that we've found with some of our customers and partners for medical devices to be updatable but yet secure, device management is a capability that enables the ongoing management of a device in the field. And then with the right capabilities included in that around provisioning, identity, secure asset management, and the end-to-end security. This is something that enables quite a few of the requirements that we've seen in the medical device field. But we provide software as a service. And so we work with OEM partners who are experts in their field and know the requirements. And so we work collaboratively to ensure that the software that we're providing can help meet those requirements. Okay. And so there, I'm going to hand it off quickly to Shaker. I see, Warren, you might have another question, and hopefully we can get to it at the end. Cool. Thank you.
Thanks, Charlene. As a specific examples also, Warren, to your question, we have worked with many of the medical device vendors out there who are building either kiosks or even digital thermometer for COVID-19 kinds of applications that take advantage of embedded operating systems that we provide through ARM, as well as interfacing with Pelian device management to manage and monitor those kinds of devices. And one of the recent releases that we also did in July timeframe was with a company called L2S2, where we did a strategic partnership with them for connected healthcare devices. L2S2 has something called a managed medical cloud, device cloud, and they're working closely with us to extend our operating system and tie it into the Pelian device management capabilities to build more connected healthcare devices out there. And if you're able to look it up on Google, you'll be able to find that information too. So that was specific examples on medical devices, and hope it helps. Continuing on what Charlene was describing about the product, I just want to spend maybe 5 minutes highlighting on what capabilities we bring for the connected device platform from both a device management perspective as well as a connectivity management perspective. They are composable services and can be used together as well. It's a very comprehensive set of APIs, as you can see. There are 8 categories of APIs that we have listed here on device management. And similarly, there's 8 categories of APIs that we have for connectivity management. So all the way on the device management side, on the left, you see it's configuring a device, provisioning a device, onboarding a device, accessing device information, accessing information to manage and monitor those devices, ability to take information and then customize it to any portal interface, etc., etc. And then on the right-hand side, you will see that relevant to all the connectivity management needs, we offer capabilities to do SIM management, subscriber management, monitoring of connectivity, configuring of connectivity, billing, analytics, etc. It was very detailed information on each category of APIs for these platforms are in the links that you see listed right below. And we encourage the participants here and all the developers and enterprises to get more additional insights by accessing those links. Taking that description a little further, we just wanted to highlight, like, for example, on the device management side, you can connect families of devices all the way from ultra constrained devices to rich gateways as well, right? And then there's a request and response and command line capabilities that we provide that also allows our developer community to use these things in a very flexible manner. You can set up queues for accessing different kinds of information coming from the devices. You can establish webhook and WebSocket channels through which you can route all this information. And you can have notification channels that connect to either a standardized Pelian platform that you have on the back end or to a different kind of interface that you want to build that suits your requirements. Or you can build your own web platform or user application to which you want to be able to route all the notifications as well. So very flexible in terms of how you extract information, how you route the information, and how you display the information on the cloud side. Also, connectivity management similarly provides a single pane of glass, and you can move things around to ensure that you have a consistent look and feel that aligns with how you manage other things within your network. So the common question that developers may have at this time is, how do I get started? So if you've already set up a free tier account, and if you're able to configure the device and then access the Pelian portal for giving it a trial run, that's great. If not, we do want to highlight that we provide this free tier capability for Pelian. You can go to the link below and set up a free tier account. And when you go to the portal, you will also be able to access some of the hardware platforms that you can get that can be configured to connect to the Pelian platform. Similarly, on the connectivity side, we currently have a program that we just launched a little while ago, which is the free IoT SIM card program, specifically for North America at this time, but we plan to extend that footprint as well, where you can get access to IoT SIMs, which allows you 60 days of free data connecting to any kind of network, whether it's 3G or NB-IoT or Cat-M1, etc. Right? So we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to explore the capabilities we bring on both the device and the connectivity side, and we want to support you in every way and form in order to make sure that we understand your requirements and you're able to leverage the capabilities we bring to the fullest extent possible. So these are the prepared information that we have, and I'll just pause here and then maybe see if the team has any questions.
Thank you very much. That's informative. I didn't know about this stuff, so thank you.
Sure.
Thought it was. Okay, well, given the time, one last call for questions, and if not, we'll wrap up.
Can I just follow up to Warren's point there, Sean, if I may? Just Warren, feel free to reach out to us, and we can connect you with some folks, because if some of this has been of interesting and use to you, and the use case and the business case, it would be really good to help share more with our teams on some of that capability. So feel free just to reach out to us. You've got all our names here, but if you want to come to any of us, just drop us a line, and we'll make sure we can get you connected with the right folks.
Thanks, Toby. Okay, thank you all for attending, and hopefully you found this useful as a quick overview. As Toby mentioned, feel free to reach out if questions come up after, or if we can connect you more deeply into any of the material. Enjoy the rest of your DevSummit. I hope you have a good experience and find some fruitful sessions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.